I'm thinking about men and women and how they're different, and how there are some things that women simply can't do. Some things in the world, women are not able to do it because of their physiology. It's simply not possible for women to do certain things. And what I'm thinking is that I don't see this as any sort of criticism of women. I don't think women should see it as something wrong with society or any issue with mistreatment going on. Some things are simply the way they are. So, for example, a man has walked on the moon, and men made that possible, and a man walked on the moon. It wouldn't be possible for a woman to have achieved the same thing. A woman couldn't build the spaceship or get the fuel for the spaceship or build the launch pad. They wouldn't be able to build the ship and fly the ship into space. So women wouldn't be able to get to the moon. So the reason I'm saying this is that I think there is an effort in society to try and portray a false reality and an effort to make men and women equal when it's simply not possible. And it's not a criticism of women or mistreatment of women to point out this difference. And I'm thinking of a comparison with how we view countries. For example, if a country such as Peru wanted to put a man on to the moon, it simply wouldn't be possible. They wouldn't have the infrastructure to make it possible for Peru to launch a man into space. It simply isn't possible. And this isn't a criticism of Peru. And there shouldn't be the sense that Peru is in somehow bad for not being able to put a man on the moon. It's simply the way it is. And Peru can't launch a man into space. And I doubt that they would ever be allowed be able to do that. So it's not just now, it's just the way it is. And as I said, this is not a criticism of Peru. There isn't a problem as such. It is simply the way it is. I think sometimes it's necessary to acknowledge the way things are and not see a problem where it doesn't exist. I think issues occurring between men and women, there is quite often the sense that women are somehow being mistreated in the way they are viewed or in the things that they do. It is the case that women are simply not able to do certain things. And this isn't a criticism of women. And women are not being mistreated by not being supported in certain areas. I'm thinking of space travel and the space ports and the metal structures and the fuel and the communication technology and all of the structures necessary to support spaceflight is enabled by male effort. Women simply cannot contribute in the same way and to the same degree. And as I said, this isn't a criticism of women. It's simply the way things are. I think it's important to be honest about reality.